Every once in a while, a build comes around that is so incredibly good, it should be a crime not to run it. This is definitely one of the best builds of Destiny 2 Heresy, and it's an Arc Warlock. Mako's Buck here, and today let's go over an endgame Geomag Arc Lock. Kicking it off with our exotic armor, and that is going to be the Geomag Stabilizers. Geomags come with the exotic perk, Close Enough, damaging targets with Chaos Reach extends its duration. Collecting Ionic Traces grants you super energy for Chaos Reach, and sprinting while near max bolt charge will grant stacks over time. Bolt charges are these stacks of arc energy that accumulate up to 10 stacks, and when you use an ability at max stacks, you will call down a thunderbolt on the enemy's location. With that said, let's get into the subclass, and we are going with the Arc Warlock with the Chaos Reach Super. Our abilities are going to be Healing Rift, Burst Glide, Ball Lightning Melee, and the Pulse Grenade. Our aspects are going to be Electrostatic Mine, defeating targets with arc abilities, or defeating jolted or blinded targets creates an Ionic Trace, and since we're wearing Geomags, these Ionic Traces will give us our super back quick. Collecting an Ionic Trace will also make you amplified, and Ionic Traces grant you ability energy. Basically, you'll be getting free super energy, ability energy, and damage reduction all at once. Our other aspect is going to be the new Arc Lock aspect, Ionic Sentry. Defeating targets with kinetic weapons, arc weapons, or arc abilities charge up an arc turret that periodically chains lightning between nearby targets, granting a stack of bolt charge with each hit. Our fragments are going to be Spark of Ions, defeating a jolted target or defeating a target with bolt charge creates an Ionic Trace. Spark of Discharge, arc weapon final blows have a chance to create an Ionic Trace. Collecting an Ionic Trace grants you a stack of bolt charge. Spark of Resistance, while surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. And for the last fragment, you have one of two choices. Spark of Shock, your arc grenades jolt targets. This is another easy source of Ionic Traces, and Bolt Charge. This is also an easy stun on Overload champions. Or you could go with Spark of Beacons. While you are amplified, your arc special or heavy ammo final blows create a Blinding Explosion. The Blinding Explosion will stun unstoppable champions. Now that we have our subclass set up, let's go over our weapons loadout options. As you could probably tell, we will be using some arc weapons. In the heavy slot, we will be using the Queenbreaker Exotic Linear Fusion Rifle for most DPS scenarios. This thing got a new catalyst this episode that gives it rewind rounds, and when paired with particle reconstruction on the artifact, it hits like a truck. You will want to use the 3-round burst mode for DPSing. Since Queenbreaker will be using our exotic slot, I went with the Iterative Loop Fusion Rifle in the energy slot, crafted with Lead from Gold and Volt Shot. Lead from Gold will give us great ammo economy, and Volt Shot will obviously give us amazing ad clear and more Ionic Traces. In the kinetic slot, you could go with the newly reprised Fatebringer with explosive payload and frenzy, or the free multi-mock Banshee roll with attrition orbs and kinetic tremors. Now, you don't have to go with this exact weapon loadout. There's tons of amazing combos you can use, including the Delicate Tomb Exotic Fusion, the Cold Heart Exotic Trace, the new Strand Burst Hand Cannon Unloved, the new Arc Area Denial Grenade Launcher, or even the new legendary Thunderlord Watchful Eye. The combo I mainly covered just felt the best to me. Moving on to our armor mod, starting with the helmet, and we will be going with Harmonic Siphon to give our arc weapons a chance to generate an orb of power. Dynamo, using your rift near an enemy, will grant you super energy and heavy ammo finder. Bricks of heavy ammo will also grant you special ammo if you are running Lead from Gold Iterative Loop. Our arms are going to be Harmonic Loader for faster arc weapon reloads, Fastball to throw those nades further, and Bolstering Detonation, causing damage with a grenade, will grant you class ability energy. The chest will be resistances matching the outgoing damage type of the enemies you are fighting. The legs will be Recuperation, replenishes health each time you pick up an orb of power, and double arc weapon surges to buff the damage of your arc weapons. And lastly, the bond will be Reaper. Shortly after casting your Rift, your next weapon final blow will spawn an orb of power. Powerful Attraction, casting your Rift will pick up nearby orbs of power, and Bomber, casting your Rift will grant you grenade energy. You could also go with double time dilation during DPS to extend the duration of your weapon surges. Your stat goals for this build will be 100 resilience, 100 discipline, and high recovery. If you like this video, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. See you next time.